My name is Paul Okere. I'm interviewing for a leadership position. And today, first, I would like to thank you for offering me this opportunity for this leadership position interview. My philosophy about leadership is one derived from the Pygmalion effect type of leadership. I read a book, The Leadership Challenge, How to Make Extraordinary Things. It was written by Kouzes and Posner. These are terrific guys, and I love the book. The Pygmalion is a Greek sculptor who actually designed and carved an inanimate sculpture of a woman that he was so much in love with, and then he prayed to the goddess to give her life so she can function and respond. Evidently, his prayers were granted. This is the concept that is so rooted in everyone can be fully developed and productive for a shared vision. Allowing innovative ideas to spring from all nooks and crannies within the organization to create an enviable environment that employees can be motivated to work above and beyond expectations. To grant to achieve grand things in an organization like yours, I believe in the leadership of intentionality and the one that incorporates the five practices of effective leadership, which are modeling the way, inspiring a shared vision, challenging the process, enabling others to act, and finally, encouraging hearts. Those are very important in leadership. And I love leadership that empowers, particularly. It tends to be more productive because it provides us with a wider spectrum of creative ideas within our team that is totally focused on the overall organizational goal. And I will be creating and cultivating a workplace environment that encourages everyone to actually express their individuality, allowing them to apply critical thinking skills and judgment, and to be accountable for their decisions, whether good or bad. Because look at it this way: if it's good, the employee will take the glory, and if it turns out to be bad, well, it will be an opportunity for us as a team, including myself, to learn new ways to improve on this weakness, because it's a weakness. And everyone is so important in a shared vision. We have to enlist everyone. Now, handling conflict and success can be challenging and rewarding at the same time. While I may not have my way all the time in different circumstances, some of which may be an inevitable misunderstanding between uh, uh, two or three staff members, but preventing conflict can be very critical in a leadership position. You see, I have learned from the principle that was laid out by the Department of Veterans Affairs. I was doing my research last week, and there I read that conflict, according to them, conflicts are not human. They are actually issues. They are issues that gives us the opportunity to actually improve on. Uh, they specifically lay down 4 steps in resolving conflicts. 1. Raise the issue clearly and with respect. Number 2. Explore issues to discover underlying interest. If there is any interest, we should be able to uncover it. And invent options for a mutual gain. Lastly, develop an agreement based on objective standards. It can be done. Now, I will be very constructive in resolving all types of conflicts and in all types of situations. Because confronting them immediately and resolving their differences will clearly prevent having the problem infest and creating an environment that is becoming unconducive now for other workers. Now, I view leadership as a genuine aspiration, a calling to perform a set of tasks using unconventional methods to achieve a vision. And making extraordinary things happen takes dedication and requires intentional change. And motivating others to enlist themselves in the process that will yield a better outcome. I personally understand the effect of leadership by example. Doing what I promise to do for my constituents clearly will help me solidify my relationship with my followers, and this ultimately builds trust. And celebrating staff members, I find that very dear to my heart. Celebrating staff members and encouraging hearts gives meaning to their day-to-day hard work. And as you asked me the succession plan that I may have for your organization. Succession planning is a great way to establish a legacy that I espoused for any organization that I lead. The previous organization that I worked for, though, was not on a high capacity, but I functioned in a capacity that epitomizes all the aforementioned leadership practices. No leader is perfect, and the best ones don't try to be. You don't need to be perfect. The best one, they try to concentrate on sharpening their strength and finding others who can make up for their limitations. I, for one, is not perfect in one stretch. A leader's weakness can easily be covered by his follower, but we're going to have to be dedicated as a team to get the things that we need to be focused on, get it done. And when it comes to putting up an organizational structure that is so dynamic and productive, that is sustainable at all levels, using the best technology out there is paramount. But most importantly, using people as the bedrock for future success, I think that can never be wrong. That is why the best coalition needs to be built around staff members. And you also have asked me here how I will manage pressures from above and below. Managing administrative pressure from above and subordinate pressure from below can be very challenging in leadership, particularly in terms of budget management. It is very tough. Um, it is tough when a piece of technological equipment is needed for staff to effectively carry out their functions as clinicians. And on the other hand, budget allocation is either limited or delayed, and in some cases may not be available at all. This is a dilemma for a leader to actually solve and then get results. But as a leader in this situation, what I would do is I'll have to be creative, employing a program like Lean. Lean can help us cut down and contain costs and expenditures on other areas necessary in order to actually make the fund available for this particular needed equipment. By the way, a Lean program was first used by Toyota. I think it was called, if I can remember, it was called the Toyota way. It was used to save their organization during difficult times. And I have seen Lean program in effect in other organizations that I have worked. You'll be amazed how much waste we were able to discover. Time waste, equipment waste, space waste, and so many other wastes. So productivity will be up, and at the same time we are cutting costs. We are cutting waste. So it's a very potent, very effective program that we can institute in this organization to actually raise productivity at the same time cutting wastes. Clearly, pressures like this, either from above or from below, can be relieved just by mobilizing and directing attention towards this type of program that is proven to yield good outcomes in the past. So the type of team that I will build on this in this organization, your organization, can make extraordinary things happen. And there are other ways that we can actually find out problems and solve other problems in the organization. We have methods like fishbone diagrams. We can use actually the fishbone diagrams to I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little bit fainty. Fishbone diagram was actually used by a Korean expert. I think it was first used to look for problems that are existing in an organization, and we have to identify our problem here on this bottom here. Okay, and then things that may have caused this problem can be listed here on the bones. All right, then after we have all these possible causes written down here, we can now visit periodically those potential causes of this problem. Then we can generate a solution somehow from analyzing all the potential causes of this problem. So it's a very good way to solve problems. We have used it in the past, and it's been very effective. And there's another chart that I've used in the past that has been proven to be very effective. It is also called the flow chart. Flow chart, we can use this to identify and also correct problems. So lastly, there's another one that I have also used in the past that I've been shown to be very effective as well. It is the three diagram. The three diagram, you essentially ask questions. Why are things going wrong? You can get to the bottom of it just by asking questions. And these are methods that we can use to jumpstart a very weak organizational process and make it more efficient, make it more productive, and sustain that success. And I'm hoping that my interview today we share some light into how we can begin to rebuild your organization. And I truly want to thank you for offering me this opportunity. Thank you.